Okay. Um, Before we jump in, let's do introductions. And hey, Jen, welcome.
Oh, Jen. Cool.
Let's start with I'll start with the person next to me, Nicole. You want to go and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Well, tell us like how long you've been a coach and
Where are you from?
where you're from, and yeah.
I've been a coach since I believe it's October, November of last year. And not gotten anybody yet. I'm still trying to get my best friend on board.
Okay. So, but you have coaches that you signed up, right?
No, everybody's being stubborn.
Oh, okay. No worries. You'll get there.
I'm trying though.
All right. Tom, you want to go next?
Sure. How you doing, everyone? Tom. Been a coach since end of April, so still fairly new. Just made Emerald, so happy about that. Got my certificate in the mail today.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The band, wristband, and whatever.
Yeah, wristband, certificate, with a nice letter.
Did they give you a pin? They used to give pins out.
No pin. I don't know. My son opened it up. He was more excited than me. I guess he couldn't wait for me to get home.
Okay.
But all I found was the certificate and the wristband.
Brian, do you have the pin? The emerald?
I do somewhere.
Yeah. I don't have mine up anymore, but they used to give away these metal pins.
You know what I did, Tom? Or actually, my wife did it. I don't know where. I found my diamond pin. My wife framed it.
Nice.
So,
Is the pin in there?
huh?
Is the pin in there?
No, I don't know where. I got a box here of all my stuff,
Oh, okay.
but I don't see the pin in there. But the emerald pin. But that's the diamond pin.
Yep.
Nice.
When you make diamond.
Cool.
Yeah, and every time you rank advanced, you'll get another pin. So I've got
Oh,
them
wait.
lined up on my board.
Cool.
I got it. They're all magnets. They're not pins.
Oh.
Here's the emerald. Right here.
Oh, there you go.
And then the ruby.
Nice.
And then the diamond. They're not pins, Rick. They're magnets.
Well, mine are, but mine are the see, the star diamonds are. So, see, you can see it has a little diamond in it.
Uh-huh.
And then it's got the pin on the back.
Oh.
So.
I never got one of those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. They keep changing them. So I was like Brian, and I was collecting the certificates, and I was getting them framed. And then they switched the certificates. You remember that, Brian? They went from like the white ones to the black ones.
That's what I got, a black one.
Yeah. And then it no longer matched my set. So I was like, forget this.
Hey, guys, Vinny just joined us. He just came over to my house to jump on. He's still transitioned. He just moved from Kentucky, so he's still getting his things in order. So he just came here to join.
All right. So, Vinny, you're a new coach from where?
Lexington. I just moved from Lexington to New York.
Yeah. So you're in New York now?
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Well, welcome. Tiffany, do you want to go next?
Okay. Hi. I'm Tiffany. I just moved from England to New Mexico, and I used to be an active PTL when I was in the service. I used to run our PT sessions. I also used to teach turbo kick and cardio kickboxing, help teach some of the spin classes. I was very active in working out in the service, and I did roller derby whenever I separated. And then we moved to England, and it was like injury after injury. And now I'm getting back into it, and I'm hoping that by doing this, I can get back into the shape that I was before. And this is definitely a good way to be able to hold myself accountable. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So Arizona must be like totally different than England, right?
Oh, I'm in New Mexico, and it's similar
Oh,
to, it is similar to Arizona, but well, I'm actually from the Abilene area in Texas, so it's pretty much desert.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite different. The area we were in England actually had sun almost every day, believe it or not, because you know they always say rainy England. But we got some of the Gulf Stream in, so we had a lot of the sun and nice weather too. So
Wow.
but yeah, it's a humid heat versus humor and moisture versus completely dry. So it's not that bad. I was raised.
Sounds like you got out of England just in time. All those terrorist attacks.
I know what's going on with that. It's so sad.
Crazy. All right. Well, welcome. Jen,
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Jen, you want to go?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, cool. Usually there's more than one Jen. So, hi, I'm Jen. I live in Northern California near Lake Tahoe. And I'm going to find somewhere to sit so I'm not in the middle of the kitchen. But I've been a coach for, I don't know, Brian, a few months, but I haven't really done anything with it. I got really excited at first. I thought I was going to get really into it, and then I just completely fell off. And so I'm just kind of looking to get some tips and get into it and
Restart, right?
yes, restart.
Okay. Awesome.
I met Jen actually in person. She's one of few coaches that she actually you came down to Florida because you guys were driving a boat back or sailing a boat back, right?
Yes, we were delivering a boat from Fort Lauderdale to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And about a year ago, and she came and visited me at work at the park, and I took her on a tour, and I actually, at that point, you were a customer, so I was telling her all about coaching and that, get into it, you should do it,
Yes.
And then you signed up, like you went back home after you got back, and then you guys signed up like a week later or something.
Yes, and I'm just finding that I really need to be accountable to other people, and I think that coaching will do that for me. When I'm just accountable to our group, I'll do good for a while, and then like just what happened the last 5 or 6 days, I totally just fell off, and I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, here I am again.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and this is something we'll talk about tonight. But being a coach, you put yourself in that leadership role. So you have no choice but to be accountable to all the people that are in your group, all to yourself, and that's what keeps me going. Is knowing that. I literally there's no way I would still be doing what I'm doing and trying all these new things and keto and all the new programs, and if it wasn't for a coach, if I never became a coach, if I was still I probably wouldn't even still be a customer. So coaching has really, what you just talked about, added that accountability, not only for the other people that I'm leading in the group, but for myself, so very important. You can't take 6 days off when you're coaching.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you listen to the wake up call today, Jen?
No.
It was like it was really good. There was this lady on there named Erin, and her message about communication, just like it also with the accountability thing. So if you get a chance to definitely listen to what she has to say, because she has some really motivational and great because this is my first time doing something like this, not out of a military setting, but I really like what she had to say about communicating, because it is true, like communicating and constantly talking to people. I'm very awkward, so I'm really sorry. I really struggle with that. So her message was, I don't know, it really struck me today just listening to it. So if you get a chance, listen to her.
Thank you for telling me about that.
You can do it on the replay, the National Wake Up Call. There's a replay number. But I like to do it with podcasts because you can get them downloaded like 24 hours.
I love podcasts.
After the call. And then you can listen to it on your time whenever you want. Plus, they also get archived in the back office. So all the past ones are there. You can listen to them in the back office too.
Yeah, just subscribe to the Team Beachbody podcast.
Yep.
Also have the I Am Awesome podcast that's in there as well now. But it was funny because Tiffany signed up yesterday as a coach, and today she told me she was on the National Wake Up Call, and I'm like, really? How did you even know about that? And she said, well, you sent it to me in that Getting Started document. I'm like, you actually read that? Just read that. Congratulations. So that's awesome. All right. So who's next? Whose number ends in 6943?
Hello?
Hello, Felix?
Yes. Hi, my name is Felix. Tom is my coach, and he introduced me to Beachbody late May. And I'm just trying to find time to really be more efficient at it and get more coaches signed up. And I was wondering, do you guys have something like the best practices or things that can get us started and just keep doing the things to prospect more coaches? I know there's a couple of like some people use the internet, which I'm not too savvy at. But is there something where you could kind of have more like something to engage someone in a discussion about Beachbody, like something to get their interest going, just kind of get it started without using Facebook and all that stuff? Because I'm not very savvy when it comes to internet yet. So.
Sure, that's fine. Brian, you want to take that?
Well, the first part of that, best practices, all of us have 4 of them, and we're actually going to talk about them tonight. And those are the 4 vital behaviors of a coach. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And within those 4 vital behaviors, that other stuff that you just mentioned, how to talk to people, how to do conversations with people, we call it forming people, how to get people to how to make relationships with people, gain their trust. That's stuff that we're all going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about that through the whole course of these June calls. There's going to be 4 of these, guys. Remember, every Monday at 8 p.m. we're going to meet, and they're going to be about a different topic. So we're going to cover a lot of that stuff on how to start conversations with people. And like I said, tonight we're going to go over the vital behaviors, which are those 4 basic things that we need to practice every single day as a coach.
Yeah, and then every week we're gonna dive into a different topic. So next week is all about inviting, right? How to talk to people, how to invite people, and not just to like a challenge group. You can invite people to the coaching opportunity. You can invite people to a free group. There's all sorts of inviting that we do as the coaches, right? So, Felix, if you're not into social media, I would encourage you to start getting into social media. But I mean, there's lots of things that you can do in person. You can host what they call like shake and share parties. You can invite people over to your house, just like a Tupperware party or a makeup party or whatever, right? I mean, I had a coach who did that, and she went diamond in 30 days because she invited her whole family over, and she made them all these different Shakeology recipes. and she talked about the coaching opportunity with them, and they all signed up to be coaches. And she just went diamond like that. I mean, it was amazing, you know? So you can do it like however you want to do it. Like you can get certified. I know Tom is doing fit clubs, right? You can get certifications, and you can teach in gyms, and you can bring in people that way. And or you could just you know, do, you know, like old school multi-level marketing, you know, with network marketing. What they do is they just, you know, call people, right? It's like you get on the phone and you can call up people and you could say, you know, hey, you know, I want to talk to you about this opportunity, you know, type of thing. So there's lots of things you can do in person. So we'll definitely get more into that in the next couple weeks. All right. All right, who is, I think Sameera, 6095?
Oh, I have to off of mute. Hi, it's Samara, and I live in upstate New York, and I'm from Arlington, Virginia, and I signed up as a coach, I guess the beginning of last month, the beginning of May. Talked to many people, more interviews or conversations or appointments to people who are interested tomorrow, but I've only signed up one customer, but I'm talking to people every day, and I want to be diamond as soon as possible, and I want to get ready. I got a table at a festival here, and I know I'll see all of my former members, and I really want to get better at whatever language I'm not doing correctly so that I can get people to do this opportunity and get healthy.
Awesome. Yeah, that's another great idea. You can like rent a table at like health and health fairs or things like put them on and other people. I've done that, and I've had samples of Shakeology and all that stuff out and talk about it in the DVDs, and I had them playing there at a booth, and I've done that before, so that's definitely something you can do.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, thank you. So were you in Arlington, you said?
Yeah, I was raised in Arlington, Virginia. Yeah.
Okay.
I lived in DC.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah, that's
yes,
right.
It is.
That's real near my house, I mean, I'm in
Oh.
Leesburg, so.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where
So not far.
Oh, wow. Cool.
All right. So whose phone number ends in 2296?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Shana, and I'm calling from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I just signed up last week. I'm listening. I'm trying to think if I have any questions.
Were you on the site for the challenge today?
I don't think so. No.
No? Okay.
No, ma'am.
I was going to say, okay. I was going to say hi.
I think my only question is because I was a coach years ago, probably like 2010, 2011. And in my area, this is like a military town, and everyone was very focused and determined on doing Beachbody. And now, like, it sort of died off, and I want to be able to start picking that back up. And I think my biggest challenge is talking to someone about Beachbody or posting it on my Facebook page, and then others coming in there and said, "Oh, well, that's a fraud," or "We don't want to be a fraud." I've actually lost friends because I coach. And I'm a personal trainer too. Wow. So that is my biggest challenge.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow. Shana is, and Greg, it's CHANA.
Oh.
Greg spelled it this page. We're going to go over all that. Okay. This being a coach, a lot of this stuff is learned behavior. When I became a coach, I had no idea what the heck I was doing or how to talk to people or Facebook with social media, like Felix was saying. I was not on social media at all. Everything was just totally overwhelming. And, for me being an introvert, You know, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this. But it's not just something that comes, you know, that you wake up one day and all of a sudden you know everything. You know, Greg and I, we've been doing this for a while and we're still learning every day. So it is kind of a process. It is, you know, something, these training calls are part of that process. One of the vital behaviors we're going to talk about tonight is also part of that process. Getting to like the national wake-up call, Tiffany was talking about that, you know, today. That's something that you do every week. So if you have that desire to make this business work, and I know that you do, Shana told me that, you know, I want to sign up to be a coach and I want to go diamond. That's my goal, you know, and I was like, yes, then we're going to do it. If you have that desire that you want to reach that level of success with this business, I'm not going to lie to you guys or play around with you guys. It's going to take work. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take learning. It's going to take sitting down and going, okay, this is what I have to do in order to reach this goal. I have to, you know, get on this call. I have to read this document. Oh, Greg or Brian recommended this personal development book, so I am going to get it and read it. You know, and then the action steps that we have. We do these training calls every single month, these training calls. And when we do them, we have action steps for all the people that take these calls. And I will tell you that when we give that action step out, the next time we get on the call a week later and we ask everybody, so did you guys do your homework? We'll call it homework. And everybody says no. I mean, everyone says no. And then Greg and I are like, you know, I mean, this is a business where you can financially make a lot of money. It's also a business that can be very rewarding in so many other ways too. But people are scared of the work. You know, and just like anything else in life, you have to put the work in. So going back to me, you know, when I started, I had, you know, no clue with anything. So, and Greg will tell you, I had a strong desire to learn. And there was very little stuff that I did in the beginning because I was just asking Greg tons of questions. I was going to training calls. I was reading the books he was telling me to read. You know, I was doing the national wake-up call every Monday. Any training I can get my hands on. I went through that back office. I'm an Emerald personality too, so I love, you know, data and schedules and research and knowledge. So I went into that back office and I tore that thing apart. I looked at everything, you know, volume. Oh, okay, click on volume. Look at all these numbers. I don't understand this. Well, let me go to the FAQ section, type in volume and read about it. Oh, there's a video about volume. Greg, is there a great video you can recommend? Yeah. Here's a great video that the top elite coach made on volume, personal volume, and team volume. Okay, send it to me, Greg. Watching it, learning, watch. Okay, how do I talk to people? Here's a great video for another top coach. Here's some materials that are being posted in our coaching groups. So it's taking all that in. Now I'm talking to you guys, if you want to be this successful in this business, a business builder like Greg and I are, you know, building financial independence with this business. That's what you're going to have to do. If you want to be a hobby coach, you know, a little bit here, make enough money to pay for your Shakeology, probably don't have to do much of that stuff. You know, talk to a few people here or there or whatever, you know, and that's the coach that you're going to be, you know. So I don't mean to scare anybody. Greg's probably going, shut up, Brian. I don't mean to scare anybody, but it's you know, let's get all serious here. You know, we do these calls a lot, and like I said, you know, it's really upsetting. A week goes by, and then nobody did the homework, and nobody took the action steps. You know, so make a commitment right now, guys. Make a commitment that you're going to listen to us, you're going to take it in, you're going to take your notes, and then you're going to do the things that we're going to tell you to do. And if you do that, sky's the limit. You're going to be successful. Maybe not overnight. You're going to have a lot of mistakes. You're going to fall down, but you're going to get up, and you're going to learn every time you do fall down. So it's going to be an awesome journey.
Yeah, I mean, if there is, Sameera, I'm going to mute you up, but you can unmute yourself if you need to. If there's anybody here that just wants to be a discount coach or a hobby coach, that's cool, right? I mean, we'd love to have you on our team. You're welcome to do that. But, I think most of us, probably want more, right? Whether we're willing to admit it or not. And I know myself and Brian were like this in the beginning. Like I told my coach when I signed up, I said, Scott, don't expect anything out of me. I'm not a salesman. I don't know anybody. I don't have any Facebook friends, other than my family members, my immediate family members. I said, so don't expect anything out of me, but I'm a self-starter, right? So one of the great things about being a coach is you own your own business, right? If you make money, Beachbody's going to give you a 1099 at the end of the year. You are a business now, whether you think you are or not, you are. You have a business, okay? You can take deductions, tax deductions. You get all the benefits of a business. You are a home business, okay? You can choose to incorporate yourself like I did. I'm an LLC. I would not recommend that until you start making some really good money. You don't need it. But what I was saying is, my point is you are your own boss. You have your own business. I am not your boss, right? If I'm your coach, or if I'm your upline, your star diamond, right? Me or Brian or whoever, we're not your boss. You can't. We will help you as much as we can. We want you to succeed. I will work with anybody, but think about if you go out and start your own business. Let's say you start your own storefront. Are you going to rely on the person that sold you the store to spoon feed you? Like, oh, well, now you got to create flyers. Oh, now you got to create an ad and put it in the paper. Oh, now you need to create a sign and put it out front of your store. I mean, a lot of the things you just got to self-start. You got to figure out. You got to be like, what do I got to do? We've been there, right? So we're going to tell you, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. But really, it's up to you to do it and to figure out how to do it, Like Brian said, it's like we're going to tell you things to do, and we're going to tell you homework and things to look into and videos to watch and podcasts to listen to. If you don't do it, you really don't, you can't blame anybody for not being successful, right? And a lot of coaches do that. They're like, this business doesn't work, right? It's not for me. Well, they never tried. That's really what it comes down to, right? And I could, if you give it 100%, if you try, and when I say 100%, that doesn't mean that you're working 40 hours a week. That means that, you got an hour a day that you can put into it. You give 100% and you do that 1 hour a day, you will be successful at this business, but you've got to do all the vital behaviors. And that's what we're going to talk about. So let me, we'll start with that. So what are the 4 vital behaviors? Beachbody gives 4 vital behaviors, okay, to be successful in this business. I'll start with the first one. It is being proof of the product, okay? So does anybody know what that means? Can somebody just shout out? Okay, what does it mean?
It means that you use the products, or like Insanity, for instance, once you complete it, you get a t-shirt. So you earned it, right? So you're wearing that t-shirt and you're showing that you're the proof of that product. Same thing with drinking Shakeology. You take pictures of you drinking it or mixing it, talk about how it tastes, your favorites, and all that kind of stuff. Promote it through your Instagram, social website, Facebook, whatever, and that's promoting the product. You are essentially proofing the product.
Right. So for example, like you mentioned, it's like if you're not drinking Shakeology, why would you expect anybody else to buy Shakeology from you, right? If it also means not only pressing play every day, right? That's the simplest thing, right? Press play, do your workout, drink your shake, and talk about it, right? Talk about it on social media, talk about it in person, but the other thing is you want to be proof that the product works, right? So you have to develop that transformation story, right? So you need to start getting results. That means that you need to start sticking to the meal plan 100%, you know, no cheating, right? Because you need that before and after. Because if you have that before and after, and it doesn't have to be much. It could be 10 pounds, right? It could be, I'm sleeping better. I got off blood pressure medication. It could be, I lowered my cholesterol. It could be, I've helped my irritable bowels. I mean, what has the product done for you, right? So if you are a product of the product, you have a story that you can share, right? And that's what will make you successful, right? So like Felix, like, you know, if he lost 20 pounds, people are going to come into his store and they're going to say, hey, what have you been doing, right? That's a natural conversation starter. And then he could say, well, let me tell you, right? Or Shana is a personal trainer, right? I mean, she just can't recommend her gym, right? If all she does is work out in her gym, and people do not see her pressing play, doing the workouts, drinking the Shakeology, she's not being a product of the product. Yes, she's a fitness professional, but that's not going to help her be successful as a coach, right? So you got to be, you know, doing the workouts, drinking your shake, you know, being the supportive coach, right? You can show that by running free groups, right? I run free groups, clean eating groups, free fitness groups, things like that, right? So I'm being a product of the product as a coach. That, you know, the coaching is a product, right? So you have to show yourself as a coach, right? There's so many coaches that, yep, they press play, they drink their Shakeology, they post on social media, right? Hey, here's my shake, right? Hey, I'm pressing play. But they're not showing themselves coachly, right? It's like, why would I want to join your team? You know, it's like you're posting a picture of your Shakeology every day. That doesn't make me want to drink it, you know, right? That's where your story comes into play. But if you can invite them into a free group where you can start showing yourself as a coach, as a mentor, and helping them out, then they're going to be like, oh, this guy gives me something. They add value to me, right? I want to be, you know, I want to join them, right? And, you know, also, you know, as you become more successful as a coach, you can start sharing that as an opportunity as well. It's like, hey, coaching paid for my gas this week. You know, you start sharing that with people and people are going to be like, what are you doing? You know, it's like, yeah, I see you're working out, but how are you making money at this? You know, for me, it allowed me to retire from my full-time corporate job, you know, and people are naturally like, what? You know, you do workout DVDs and you're able to stay home. Yeah. Let me tell you about it, you know? So those are all going into proof that the product works, being a product of the product, right? So Brian, you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah. So that was vital behavior number 1. Vital behavior number 2 is, it's actually 4 words, and these are 4 key words, okay? Share, attract, connect, and invite. And it kind of goes in that order. So what do we mean by that vital behavior? As Greg talked about, being proof of the product. We are sharing everything. We are sharing all of the tools that Beachbody gives us, everything that it gives us to make us, you know, happy, right? I mean, that's for me, that's what it is. It's yeah, I lost a bunch of weight with the programs and Shakeology, but it's this lifestyle that I'm passionate about. It's this lifestyle that is my purpose in life, is to share this lifestyle. So that's, you know, being that proof of the product and then sharing that. One of the major mistakes that a lot of people make, not just with coaches, but anybody who gets into a business, whether it's an MLM or something else, you know, is that, well, mostly it happens with MLMs, is that people don't necessarily have love for the product that they're trying to sell. They're not willing to go out there with a bullhorn on the street, and I'm getting a little dramatic here, but scream it out to everyone that they see, because they are so in love with the products. They have such a passion for the products. And if you don't have that love and passion for them, then you aren't going to succeed as a coach or in any other business that you do where you're sharing or selling a product. So you have to have that. So this second vital behavior is sharing that passion with the world, sharing it with everybody. And through that process of sharing it, you're going to attract people, because you are going to share it in your way. You can only share it your way. You're you. I share it my way. Greg shares it his way. Tom is sharing it his way. We all are going to share it different. So that means that the way that I share, I'm going to start attracting people that are, like me, in ways, or those are the people that I'm going to start attracting. So you're attracting people by sharing, and then those people that you're attracting, that's when you start making the connection with people, connecting with them, talking to them about their goals, telling them more about, if you're sharing something on Facebook and like Greg said, somebody says, gas money, what the heck are you doing? How are you making money, and paying for your gas with this? You attracted them, and now Greg's got that connection going with them. Well, this is how I'm doing it, blah, 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 this and that, and then the final piece of that is inviting. And then that's what we do as coaches. You can't do those other three things and then leave out the fourth one. You got to invite. So you got to invite people to this lifestyle. You got to invite them to challenge groups that we run. Now, you guys are new coaches, so you're not going to have your own challenge group, and that's fine. I have one. Greg has one. Our team has one that you can put people into that you talk to and say, hey, come into this great group. I'm inviting you into this great group. So you have to have that invite has to go there at the end. And are people going to say no? Yeah, people are going to say no. A lot of people are going to say no. We'll talk about that, what to do when people say no. But, it's all about, not bothering people, not pushing people, not being salesy, but just inviting. Someone says no, fine. You go with somebody else. You go to the next person to do the inviting. And then you follow up with that person, later on. But that's that second vital behavior that all coaches have to do: share, attract, connect, and invite.
Yeah, definitely. Something you said is, you got to be passionate about this business, and the people that are passionate are the ones that do the best, right? I mean, a lot of times there's people that they just, who was it? I think, Jen, you talked about or Shana, somebody talked about they came in a couple of years ago as a coach and there was a big boom, right? It was the 21-day fix.
Shana.
Yeah, I call it the 21.
Yeah, that was me.
Bubble, right? That was the 21-day fix bubble, right? So it's that program exploded. Everyone wanted to come in, be a coach, it was like the internet bubble, right? It's coaches were skyrocketing, from, new coach to 15-star in, a matter of months, and people were making lots of money. And then what happened was the bubble burst, right? So then it came back down to normal levels, right? And that's where we are today. But there were so many coaches that quit because it got hard, or they weren't, rocketing to 15-star diamond coach in a couple months like they saw somebody else do, or they weren't making as much money as they saw somebody else do, right? But the real problem, and so they quit, right? Or they go to another opportunity. They see this other shiny thing over here, right? And they're like, oh, I'm going to go do that instead, right? But those people had no real passion or love for this, right? It's if you become a product of the product and you have a transformation, right? And you lose 50 pounds and you get off blood pressure medication, and this literally changes your life, you're not going to want to quit in a couple months. when it gets hard. You're not going to want to quit when you see something else shiny, that may look better to you, in a couple months, right? So that's why we say you gotta develop a passion and become a product of the product first, right? And then you're naturally going to want to share it with everybody. You're going to want to tell everybody about it, and you're going to want to invite everybody to do it with you, right? So the third vital behavior is personal development. Okay, so what is personal development? Personal development is like what Tiffany did today, right? She was on the National Wake Up Call, right? So that's personal development, right? Personal development could also be reading books. It could be doing training. It could be learning about social media that you don't know about. It could be listening to podcasts, So there's so many great books, and we're going to recommend so many good books to you guys that you can start with, that there's so many great books for new coaches to start with on belief, on establishing belief, on how this business works that you need to know, on how to get started, on how to do time management. These are all great books. And if you don't have time, maybe you're like me, right? Because when I started, I was working a 50-hour a week job, plus a 2-hour commute every single day, plus, family and other responsibilities. So I didn't have time to read a book, right? So what I did is I listened to audio, right? On my way to work, on my way home, right? Because I had a commute. So if you have time that you could listen, you can get anything on audible.com or on podcasts, and you can listen, right? So that's what I did. So I would either listen to something and feed my mind, right? Instead of just listening to mindless radio like I used to. Or I would call people, right? I could call my coaches, or I could call prospects, or I could call people that were interested in Challenge Pack. So I did that every single day, and that's how I built my business, right? It's like I had 2 hours in the car that I could spend, right? Either on personal development or on growing my business. And that's what I did. In addition to obviously working out and running a challenge group. And that's something that you want to do. If you want to be successful, you want to run. I mean, I'm getting a little off track, but you do want to put together your schedule, and you want to, start running your free groups and your challenge groups and helping people in addition to helping yourself every single month. And don't worry, we're going to talk about how to do that coming up. Brian, you have anything else to say about personal development?
Yeah, personal development. I know we're talking about it third, so I don't want you guys to think of it as the third vital behavior, because in actuality, out of all the vital behaviors, personal development is the most important one. Okay, they're all important. But without personal development, it's going to be very difficult to be proof of the product, right? Push and play and following that nutrition plan, like Greg said, without cheating, and getting those results. It's going to be really difficult. Without personal development, it's going to be really difficult talking to people, trying to share with them, connect with them, trying to attract them. And then conversations. How do I have these conversations? I'm so scared. What if they don't like me? What if they judge me? What if they laugh? What if they say no? All of these things, without personal development, you're going to, give in to all of these things and not be successful. And that's, for me, I was, and Greg will tell you when I first started and he was telling me about personal development, he's like, here, read this. I'm like, nah, I don't need that. What do I need a self-help book for? All I need to do is sell Shakeology. If I didn't start personal development, I'd not be on this call talking to you guys right now. No way in hell. First of all, I wouldn't be a coach. But doing a training call, 4 years ago, if you would have visited me and took me into the future and put me on this day today, and I was seeing myself 4 years, and I was like, that's not me. There's no way I'm going to be able to talk comfortably to all these people that some of them I don't know, on a call and try to train them and be a leader. What are you, crazy? I can't do that. That's nuts. Well, the reason I can do it, it's because of personal development. It's because of the stuff that I've learned about myself, the growth that has happened to me over these last 4 years with everything that I've been a part of, not just reading, but like Greg said, with the calls we have, with the events that go on with Beachbody. Coach Summit's coming up in 6 weeks. That changed my life. That changed my life, the first Coach Summit I went to. I was like, oh my God. It was incredible. It was insane. And I got back from that. And that's when I kind of really said, I'm going for this thing.
What is the summit, by the way? Because I've been reading about it, but it's been like just little, you need to do well to get your free ticket to summit.
Yeah. Well, the free ticket right now is for next year's summit, not this year, but this year's summit. Every year we get together. We call it Coach Summit. And we do it this year. It's going to be in New Orleans in July.
Oh, that's fun.
And I think, is there still tickets available, Greg?
Yes, there are, but the deadline is quickly approaching.
June 16th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the deadline is June 16th. So there's still tickets available if you want to go. And it's 3 days where there's 30,000 coaches that go. We take over the convention hall, whatever city we go to that year. There's workshops, there's trainings, there's live workouts with the trainers, which are always awesome. Man, when you do a live workout with Shanti, or Autumn, where she's right in front of you, and then there's photo shoots that you can earn. Think about that, So Tiffany, Autumn's one of your favorite trainers, right?
Who?
Autumn?
Shanti.
Oh, okay. Shanti. Meeting Shanti, giving him a big hug, getting your picture taken with him. I mean, these are the things that happen at Summit. And then, of course, the super workout with 30,000 coaches line the street and work out with all the trainers.
That's
but
awesome.
The biggest, the most important thing about Summit is that we all get together as a family. I mean, Team Engage, my team, Engage Revolution. It's a time of the year where we all can actually meet each other in person instead of, on these calls like this, and really get to know people, people that you were down in the trenches with, on the internet and talking and stuff, but now you're getting to finally meet, hang out, and not only that, but experience the whole thing together. It is such a bonding experience. It's amazing. So you guys get the chance to go to Summit. You've got to go to Summit. That's one event that we have. There's Super Saturdays, which are every quarter. They have a Super Saturday, which happens all over the country and in Canada, and then soon in the UK at the end of the year. And these Super Saturdays are huge events that happen in major cities all over the country. And we all get together at the same time. Now, we're not in the same city, but we're all together kind of on Saturday. Sometimes some cities have to do it on Sunday. And this is another time where all the coaches in that area can get together. And there's always something from corporate. Usually the trainers and also people from corporate will go and do multiple Super Saturdays. So I know Greg is in the DC area, so he's part of the Market Council in DC. And he actually runs the Super Saturday in DC. And he's had, who'd you have? You had Carl Deichler and Sagi and
Autumn and Tony and everybody. And oh, by the way, I run the DC Council of Coaches, and I'm having Chris Downing the weekend after Summit. Okay, so we're
really.
Yeah, we're doing no one else is doing a July Super Saturday, but we are. So if anybody like Tom, if you want to drive down to DC, we are doing. We're going to have a workout with Chris Downing, and we're going to have training, right? So it'll be like a Super Saturday event in July 22nd.
Yeah. So that's personal development. I can go on and on about it. I got all my books here. It's something. You don't become successful by just learning something and then doing it or emulating what another coach is doing. You become successful by personal growth. Nobody is born successful. You have to grow into that person who is successful. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's the beauty of this business, and that's why a lot of people quit, because it doesn't happen fast enough. It got to take time. You have to grow into that person that can be successful. Making those mistakes, how do you deal with them? What personal development teaches you that. Okay, last vital behavior is recognition. This one's a real quick one because we all do this as coaches. We recognize people for their successes. No success is too small. Nothing is too big. for completing you might recognize challengers for completing programs, or for doing their meal prep, or for just it was the day that they didn't give into that temptation and had that donuts were at the office and they didn't grab the donut. That's recognizing success. We do the same thing on our team with our coaches. We're always recognizing, coach becomes Emerald or sells a challenge pack or hits Success Club. Those are all recognition. Beachbody does recognition as well with Success Club programs, something that we're going to talk about. These are programs that recognize the hard work that the coaches are doing, and we get rewarded for that recognition. Everyone loves to be recognized, and as coaches, that's a vital behavior that we have to recognize and congratulate everybody that is on our team, in our groups, challengers, coaches. So recognition, really big. You know what we didn't do, Greg? I mean, usually on this call, we talk about our coaching why.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
And vision.
Well, I think I find new coaches, I think, struggle with determining their why, right? So, I mean, you really have to have a strong why if you want to really grow this business, but you're going to develop it over time, Your why may just be initially you want to help more people. It may be you just want to look good in a bathing suit this summer, but it may grow, once you start earning money at this, Tiffany, you may decide, hey, I want to bring my husband home from war or whatever, right? So there are coaches that have done that. They have, retired their spouses. There are lots of coaches that have done that, and that was a really strong why for them for working this business, or, guys, maybe you want to bring your spouse home so that they don't have to work, outside the home, there's a chat in this Zoom, and wait a second, where did it go? Okay, here it is. I'm going to share a couple links with you guys. If you can see the chat, there are 2 Dropbox links. And if you can't see it, Brian or I can send it to you on Facebook. But one of the links is a Dropbox folder of mine with personal developed audios. Okay, it's got a lot of awesome audios that I've collected over the years. And so if you've got time, like in your commute or while you're folding laundry or while you're cooking dinner or whatever, that you can listen to personal development, listen to all those, that are in that file, right? And the other link is how to announce your coaching business and talks about sharing your story. So there's a couple documents in that Google Drive which help you in sharing your story, right? So one of the first things that you want to do is you want to start telling people, like, on social media or whatever, right, that you're a coach, and how do you do that, and how do you share your story, and how do you, let people know that you're a coach, right? So it will give you examples and kind of walk you through how to do that. So read through both of those links or bookmark them or whatever you want to do. And those will help you get started, all right? Brian, you're muted.
I hate when that happens. For Jen, Nicole, Sameera, and Shana, in the chat group that we're all in for this new coach training June calls, I just posted those links. So you have them in that Facebook chat.
Cool. Yeah, I could do that as well in mine. All right, so that's it for tonight, guys, unless you have any questions, any particular questions for us. Okay, so this is real basic stuff, right? I mean, it's not rocket science. This business is not hard work, right? Hard work is people who go out and build bridges and construction and stuff, right? That's hard work. This is
easy. Hardware.
What?
That was a joke.
That sell hardware, right?
Yeah.
Which Felix is hard. Right? This is easy.
Right.
But
this is easy.
it's easy. All you have to do is talk to people, right? You got to overcome your fear and you have to talk to people, right? You can talk to people on social media. You can talk to people live. You can talk to people. You can call them up on the phone. Doesn't matter, right? You just have to talk to people. But you have to work hard at it to be successful. That's the difference, right? So did you have something else, Felix?
No, I just I'm multitasking here, so you have to excuse me. I'm trying to listen and at the same time taking care of customers. It's a little bit crazy, but
okay.
He's at work working right now.
That's right. He's working hard
on the call.
Listen, I have a couple of customers here, guys. You ever go to Beachbody? You have? Yes. Yeah. You want to look good for the summertime?
Yeah. Where do you got?
I got. You want me to sign you up?
Yeah.
You see it? That was easy.
There you go.
Okay. You still have more easy than that.
We've never had this happen on a training call. He's actually doing it.
Okay, the library is a Memorex. Gentlemen, I just signed the gentleman up just by telling him he wants to look good for the summertime. There you go.
All right.
So
practicing the right behavior on the call. Love it.
See, and no tech was involved besides the phone.
Right? Exactly. No
exactly. All right, guys.
All right. Yeah.
You guys, both of you guys want to sign up or just one? I don't know. I think both of you need it. Look, I'm looking at your profile, guys.
You need it.
It's so mean.
It's New York. It's our sense of humor. We're mean people, you know.
I think you must know these people, huh?
Yeah.
No. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate the share. I have to. Can I get the recording copy? Is it possible?